Hello, and thank you for tuning in. Recently, Passport acquired Complus Data Innovations. We wanted to know a little more about this acquisition, so we asked Passport. Hello, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Passport.
Hi, my name is Khristian Gutierrez. I'm Chief Revenue Officer here at Passport, and I'm thrilled to share a little bit more about what we're doing. So Passport, we're a leader in mobility management. We're working with nearly 1,000 cities worldwide to provide the technology to improve how people get around their communities. In doing so, we offer software solutions for parking, enforcement, transit, permits, micromobility, and tolling. We've been working with Parking Network for some time, and you might know us as maybe one of those different things, but really at the end of the day, we're a platform. And as mobility becomes more complicated, we give cities the digital tools to make sense of their physical infrastructure. And we help them understand how people and vehicles are moving around the city so that ultimately they can operate more efficiently and create livable and equitable communities. That's what we're focused on at Passport.
Can you tell us a little about the Complus Data acquisition?
Certainly. So Complus is our second acquisition in 8 months, following the acquisition of New Park last fall, which I believe your team covered. And as we continue to really focus on the enforcement space, we're investing in this type of technology because we know that in order to best manage curb space and street space, cities and operators need to be able to enforce rules, rates, regulations evenly across all modes. I mean, this is the true system of record where our clients live their day-to-day. It was super exciting for us because Complus recently celebrated its 33rd anniversary. I mean, literally have customers going back to the 80s, which is super exciting. And we were thrilled to bring on their experience and their expertise to Passport, along with more than 200 new clients. And the reason I mentioned that number of clients is because as we increase the number of clients that we have the opportunity to work with, we can gather more insights to apply to the products that we create.
So it sounds like on top of your already large customer base, you've acquired even more via Complus.
Absolutely, and that sort of crowdsourced innovation that comes from having that breadth of coverage and working with so many distinct customers throughout the United States, throughout the United Kingdom, in Canada. We just continue to expand our footprint and just have such a unique opportunity to work with a diverse set of rules, regulations, and frankly, visions. As you know very well, in the UK market, they're significantly ahead in a lot of different areas, and we have this just really exciting opportunity to work across the pond and continue to build on our roadmap in service to our clients and in service to their communities. We're dedicated to building the leading parking enforcement software.
How does the acquisition impact on your cross-border efforts?
This acquisition, to be clear, helps to expand on our product capabilities and experience and understanding the footprint that this type of platform has within a municipality, really getting that broader sense of key stakeholders. And so while this acquisition isn't directly related to our cross-border efforts, it only makes our offering that much stronger as we continue to learn and expand around the world.
Please tell us about the long-term and short-term goals for the acquisition.
As it relates to short-term and long-term, realistically, our goal is just a very acute focus on helping cities serve their constituents. And so if I look at this at a short-term basis or a long-term basis, it's really about arriving at a single platform where we're able to best service our customers and the varying degrees of technology or non-technology that they may have deployed across their community. It's our job as this system of record, as the core backbone of their enforcement software, to really understand the inputs and outputs of data and just the way that people in the communities interact with the cities themselves. Very often cities, are deploying huge products, but they don't have product teams and marketing teams. And we really think of ourselves as a partner to our clients to help them achieve their vision.
And how do you think the acquisition will impact the parking industry?
I'm a big believer in capitalism, and I am incredibly excited for this acquisition because I do think that it just helps to make the market better and stronger. Not only, again, as I've outlined, have we gotten a broader footprint to listen to a broader customer base and customers that we didn't have access to in the past, but I think it also, helps to push the leading edge forward, as competition and the market responds to some of our moves over the last year. I think that we can only be that much more excited about what the next year might hold as it relates to innovation and product roadmaps, not only for our organization, but for other partners out there, not just competitors, but partners and clients. I just think it strengthens the ecosystem that there is so much investment going into the enforcement space. I think for a long time, venture capital and private equity, they were very excited about a lot of the software innovations in parking as it relates to some of the various apps and different capabilities out there. A lot of that was where we got our start. But this sort of back office system is something that, from an investment standpoint, maybe hasn't been incredibly interesting in the past. And I think people are now looking at it. They're realizing that client operations, municipal operations, private operators, universities, airports, and this is core to what they're doing. And the technological capabilities that are available now in 2019 and next year in 2020 and beyond are leaps and bounds beyond where they were 10 years ago. So the conversation at this point is not, can you issue a parking ticket, or is your parking ticket issuance handheld online? I mean, these are conversations we were having 5 years ago. Right now, it's really about, hey, city of Pleasantville or city of Townchester, where do you want to go, and how can a real-time back office and on-the-field system help you to accomplish your goals? And the answer is, it's going to differ for Pleasantville and for Townchester, and it's going to differ for so many clients out there. And it's about having and deploying a platform that's flexible enough for them to meet their needs.
Thanks for all the insight, Khristian. We look forward to seeing what developments come for Passport in the future. If you want to know more about Passport or parking industry news in general, go to www.parking-net.com. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.